Good afternoon to everybody present, and also, of course, to the citizens of St. Martin. This meeting is being convened in accordance with Article 101 of the Electoral Ordinance. On January 11th, 2024, we held our parliamentary elections. In accordance with Article 87 of the Electoral Ordinance, 5 days after the election at 10 a.m., eligible voters are given the opportunity to place any objections that they may have to the election process as it took place on Election Day. This Tuesday, we received various objections. In addition to that, as a Central Voting Bureau, we had also conducted our own internal investigation into the documents that were submitted on election night, being the PVs or the minutes of the polling stations, along with the various tally lists. Based on our own investigation, as well as the objections raised by various parties, the Central Voting Bureau took the ex officio, or as we say in Dutch, ambtshalve decision to conduct a complete recount across all polling stations and districts. This was in order to show full transparency in the election process and do away with any doubts or concerns that there may have been in terms of how things happened last Thursday. As many of you have seen, we spent the last 2.5, almost 3 days counting every single polling station. And as a result, we now have the official results of our parliamentary election, which once again, in accordance with Article 101 of the Electoral Ordinance, we are obliged to make known in a public hearing as soon as possible. We took some time to deliberate and recheck all our numbers. DCOM is currently furiously typing and inputting information, so I won't go through all the candidate totals, but I will, of course, go through the seat allocation, the amount of valid votes, and all the other pertinent information can be found in detail within, the next hour or so on the government page. That being said, the following results are the results of the recount and are the official results of our parliamentary election. Candidate list number 1, the Now, had 1,481 valid votes cast. Candidate list number 2, the ECE, had the ECE had 292 valid votes. Candidate list number 3, the UP, 292, the ECE. Sorry, we had a question coming from the public here. Then candidate list number 3, the UP, had 2,814 valid votes. Candidate list number 4, the PFP, 1,717 valid votes. Candidate list number 5, the US Party, 686 valid votes. Candidate list number 6, the URSM, 2,028 valid votes. Candidate list number 7, the National Alliance, 3,455 valid votes. Candidate list number 8, 1,970 valid votes, coming up to a total of valid votes cast in this parliamentary election of 14,443. Based on the amount of valid votes cast, this is how we then calculate the seat allocation. We have since done that calculation, and the seats will be allocated as follows. The Now will receive 2 seats, the UP, 3 seats, the PFP, 2 seats, URSM, 2 seats, the National Alliance, 4 seats, and the Democratic Party, 2 seats. From there, as a Central Voting Bureau, we look at the highest votes cast per party to determine the individuals who have been elected to serve in Parliament. For the Now, these are Christopher Emmanuel, Kevin Main-Gret, those 2, seeing as they have been awarded 2 seats. For the UP, they have received 3 seats. These seats will go to candidate number 2, Otley, candidate number 6, Arundel, and candidate number 23, La Cruz. Respectively, candidate number 2, Otley, received 774 votes, candidate number 6, Arundel, 353 votes, candidate number 23, La Cruz, 312 votes. To go back to the now, because I hadn't mentioned their individual totals, Christopher Emmanuel had a total of 453 valid votes, and Kevin Maingret, a total of 248 validly cast votes. This then brings us to the following party, which is the PFP. They've been awarded 2 seats. These will go to candidate Ludmila De Wever with 569 validly cast votes, and the second seat to Melissa Gums with 462 validly cast votes. That brings us to the URSM, who have also received 2 seats. These seats will go to candidate number 1, Luc Mercelina, with 702 votes. And after that, candidate number 5, Shamira Roseberg, who received 247 validly cast votes. That brings us to the National Alliance. Here we go, sorry. They're all in white, so it's a little bit difficult to read. For the National Alliance, the first seat will go to Egbert Jurendi Duran with 538 votes. The second seat to Silveria Jacobs with 467 votes. The third seat to Cloyd Marlin with 406 votes. And the fourth seat to Artwell Irian, who received 332 votes. Then finally, the Democratic Party was also awarded 2 seats. These seats will go to candidate number 1, Sarah Westcott Williams, who received 498 votes, followed by candidate number 2, Grisha Heiliger Martin, who received 423 votes. Once again, shortly online, you'll be able to find all the breakdowns for this of the official results by district, by candidates, by parties, along with the seat allocation. In the coming days, or at least tomorrow, the individuals who have been elected to receive a seat will receive a letter from the Central Voting Bureau. Of course, it is now up to these candidates to accept their seat in Parliament. And an administrative process is going to start very shortly to ensure, of course, that we have a new parliament ready to come in by February 10th, when the current term of this parliament ends. For our team, at least, the work hasn't finished. I know that we've been busy. Everybody thinks that it stops at Election Day. Unfortunately, it keeps going for us, or not so much unfortunately. It's been a lot of fun. But so yes, everyone can expect to get letters from us tomorrow. We will actually be calling the elect candidates or the elect members of Parliament this afternoon and tomorrow morning. We would like to try to have a meeting with you tomorrow afternoon, along with the SG of Parliament, to brief you on what the following steps will be, and in order for us to try to streamline the process to get everything administratively done in time for the new term. So just a heads up to everyone that I will need to see you tomorrow afternoon. Then, of course, I want to thank everyone that has been with us, for the last 3 days, again, trying to establish this result. I'd actually like to go back to Election Day itself and thank everyone who played a part in ensuring that went down smoothly and efficiently. We wouldn't be able to do our job without the very hard work of the Civil Registry, KPSM, Civil Works, DCOM, the staff of Parliament, Public Works. I'm trying to think who I'm forgetting. We decided to freestyle this meeting. And there's so many moving parts that go into organizing an election, and I don't think that we realize that, and our gratitude for everyone that played a role in that is huge, and I can't thank everyone enough. Also for the public at home, thanks for coming out to vote. Our current voter turnout number is actually 66%, so it's certainly higher than the previous election, and we hope that in coming elections that we get even more of you out there to vote. It makes the work that we do, that the polling station members do, that everyone that is part of this apparatus of democracy, that it makes everything that we do worth so much more when the population makes their voice heard and casts their vote. I would also like to take this opportunity, of course, to congratulate the parties who have been awarded seats, to congratulate the elect members of parliament, and I think everyone ran a good campaign. We didn't follow too much of that, of course, since we were busy doing everything else. But congratulations to everyone, and congratulations to our democracy, and congratulations to everyone who went out and casted a vote. Once again, you can find the results online very shortly. I'm looking over at DCOM right now as she's nodding at me and telling me, yes, everything is up there. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being with us. And thank you for being a part of our democracy. That's all from the Central Voting Bureau for right now. Oh, I have a question.
When you go up, you're going to see what they had. This is, of course, with the correction of the votes that were invalid, those that
Correct.
Okay, so we will see what they had and what they have.
No, you will just see the I had a question coming here from the Tribune asking for the format in which you would be able to see the results. I believe the preliminary results are still available, but those will be exchanged with the official final results. So there won't be a side-by-side. Okay. Oh, you, right.
No, the new ones, no, but I can see, for instance, if you had 422 and she now have, let's say, 418. I'm just giving you something. You want to see what they had, what they had, and what they had. Because you know when you were looking at them, some of them were just simple errors.
Sure. Yeah. The question here, of course, that has come was for us to be able to see a difference between the preliminary result and, of course, the results of the recount. So we will leave the preliminary results available, and then we will also publish the final official results. So then, of course, you can put the two side by side in order to see what changes came about as a result of the recount. However, from our perspective, all we do is post then the new official results and counts as a result of the complete recount. So it would be, of course, up to you to go online and make the comparison.
Next question.
Sure. Another question. Yes, the question here was also if the voting, yes, we actually on last Tuesday when we were here full-on counting, there was an evaluation meeting, a preliminary evaluation meeting between the civil registry and the polling station members. We were unfortunately unable to attend since we ended up having to do the recount that evening. However, we will evaluate the entire election process from postulation day all the way through to the swearing in of the new parliament, because of course we take it very seriously to learn from this and see what improvements we can be made in a following election. So absolutely, there will be complete evaluations. I know that we have also gotten questions with respect to, people feeling as if it took quite a long time to get the results on election night, and what those reasons were. So we will of course evaluate all of those and look into how we can make improvements for the following election. Then I see that there are no more questions. So once again, I'd like to thank everyone. I would like to thank again my members for the work that they have put in. It's been a long couple days, and we'll try to get a little bit of sleep tonight so that we can continue the administrative work to get everything on track so that we can have a new parliament sworn in by the 10th of February. Thank you all again for your attention, and your positivity and your kind words. They've kept us going. Thank you all so much.